Shubor nakaslem jong Nongshna Hima.
Ke Presiden Jong Fraternity Art Cine Entertainment Meghalaya ke kong simi kong tiang habaya keren halor ki jerwit ki bami hagini ki kendiat tayo baladei halor ke jinglek mi kman sha ke kan festival ke kong simi kala ong bakadap da ke Jingduh baki Arngut ki bala jet da katrat DIPR kim shimla pau kerteng henry la mi da ki art li ki kerteng hadin kanengi yo jingtip baya ke kerteng jong ki la pha da katnat jongok kai bat kalong ka ai bas ngosi bat kam day kelenti ke babiang namar lada day uba perdip baru Dominic nila ban menjur namar kini kidai ki balapau kum Nongshna Phlim jong ke Jylla shushu kala ban rap ru de baong ban kaliang jongka kala tho shakatna DIPR halor kani bat nangni shakmat kum gini ki Jingduh kim day shu banja bat kidai man penbet bha kabala jia kala dep banjia nim kwa abakum kini kin nang jia biang nangni shakmat la ban rap ke kong simi.
There is a letter. There is a look for that deserving candidates to represent our state to the dance festival, and it was a kind of big shock when we learned that Dominic Sama and Pak Pradeep has been recommended by the DIPR, but I don't know where the other two names has been, who recommended that name. But then later on we try and find out, and we came to know that it was selected by the department who selected them was the tourism department. So it's kind of disheartening because it seems it was quite unfair. It was quite unfair because, let me be honest with this, if it is Dominic and Pradeep, we can still understand, we can still also agree with the selection because they are far more better than all of us here. They are the most deserving. I don't have any offense to Back Commander, but the way they are selecting him, it's quite shocking and it's quite disheartening, not only to me but to all the aspiring filmmakers in the state. It's done, it's gone, but next time I have also written a letter to the DIPR that it has to be clear and we have to know. For example, last time I heard they are sending to the association and to the association they are sending the letter, but we want to know based on what criteria they are recommending and choosing them.
One more thing.
We have no lack of talent in this place. There's no dearth of talent in Meghalaya. There's full of talent in this place. You could see whatever short films that people are doing or whatever they're putting up in whatever form in YouTube or whatever, I think, first of all, I think what ails the filmmakers here is maybe, regarding the Cannes film festivals and things like that, I think why people were, it's neither me neither Pradeep was talking about it, but I think what lacks in it was transparency, most probably maybe. I think all the filmmakers needs to have been informed, not only us, but all the filmmakers of the state should have been informed about it, and they should have been told. Not only that, not only for Cannes, maybe like sometime even international film festivals of India, they ask for some representative from different states of Northeast, When such things comes, do we get to know? Filmmakers need to know all this. And one important thing is that policy, if we have a policy, then it is something that needs to be, how to say that, it should be, that policy should be inclusive. It should be inclusive in terms of people making fiction, documentaries, or animation or short films. Like it should be like that. And at the same time, even in terms of supports, like if we, how do we support filmmakers? How do we support filmmakers? Like for example, again, it's always it looks like if we are speaking again and again about us, sometimes like Pradeep has been doing a film for ages. Like if you Pradeep, and then when you speak about Khasi films, ask anywhere in India, people know his films through Khasi film through him, and winning an award in Busan is not a joke. Busan International Film Festivals, and his films are in OTT platform all over the world. I mean, it's not that other people cannot do that. There is also sometimes what happens is maybe we look and wait for the government to do something for us. If it's not happening, that is also the reason we decided that I think the best thing is the filmmakers needs to come together now. It's high time that the filmmakers come together and we support each other. That is also the reason why we decided to have this fraternity. Because until and unless we don't support each other, I think we will still be lacking, we will still be not reaching our potential. That is also the reason why we decided that we form a fraternity where we're going to help filmmakers with our own potential. We might not be able to help in terms of money and things like that, but then suppose if I could read anybody's script, or if somebody has made a film, that is also the reason why we did film festivals, so that we promote the filmmakers of this state. And also we also going to announce our jury member. Wait for it. It's going to be big. Like if we are bringing jury members from outside, let people from outside see our film. Filmmakers who came to last year in our film festivals, see our first documentary feature was screened in Cannes, selected in competition and won. This kind of filmmakers are coming here. If these filmmakers are meeting our local filmmakers, definitely there will be an idea that there will be more potential, and then people will start from our local boys also. They will understand how the film needs to grow. Other thing is that lots of things that government can do. We have to look back to our own place. I think it's sometimes creatively speaking, it's not about technical, or it's not about the difficulties in finance or things like that. I think first of all, as filmmakers, what we have to realize is what do we have in our place. There's so many stories that we have in our place. But then what happens is most of the time the mistake that we do is we are only trying to invent stories which is not of our land, which idea that is like already influenced by all the films that we've seen from outside. But then I think if you start looking, I'm talking this in terms of creativity, in terms of as filmmakers that looking inward,
I'll buck you in there.
I don't think we are so behind, because I think lots of us have lots of good cameras here. I think I'm saying content-wise we need to be good.
Okay, so stuff-wise we're good.
Yes, stuff-wise we need to be good, but I think lots of us have a good camera here. We might not have an Annie or Red or things like that, but that's what I'm saying, that techniques, cameras, equipments are secondary. I think what we have to really look for is what we have here. Inside, maybe here, maybe in our heart. I think that is something that we really. I feel like that. I personally feel like that.
So we're lacking in content and
content. Maybe more content which is homegrown, something which is unique, something that can be appreciated in the world. Why would a film like Yodo won in Busan? Why? There's a question in it, why a film like this win in Korea? It's not about fighting, it's not about one guy, one hero, superhero killing some hundred of villain. It's about this toilet cleaner, the hero of toilet cleaner, and then it's about that guy, the story of that guy, But why? What is people looking out there? I think something that we also like parallelly, of course, technology needs to be, we need to catch up with technology, but then we also needs to develop this in I think it evolved, because if you, this is a very personal answer that I will give. Like, for example, every time I used to ask, like, why I'm making film, why I'm making film, you know. Like, for example, I told you before that how I grew up in a very remote, small village in Nepal, you know, and I used to go down in Pynlyngngoh, like, to school walking. And for me, when I was a kid, to come up home was a tiring job. And just to how to cheat myself, I used to imagine and try up like a story, build up stories. But I can't say that because of that I become a filmmaker, but maybe because of that I became a filmmaker, you know, I became a storyteller. And I think the film itself is just a maybe medium that I was choosing to tell stories, you know. So it could be, I don't think it would be, maybe it would be wrong to say inborn, maybe it's an experience that lead me, or that I'm surrounded with people who loves to tell stories, maybe, like, but that's not, I don't think that when we say inborn, because we need camera to be born with to tell a
Inborn as a talent. Is it there with you from the, you know, from the very start, you know, just related?
I think for me, I don't know until I was studying in class 11, 12 that I want to make film. I was not even sure that I want to make a film. So, but as a filmmaker, what I realized is, more than inventing stories, discovery is tough. Discovery in life is tough. Things to see, things that's happening in front of you all the time. I think there's something that makes us not see in front of us. I think, for me, if I would say that maybe we, as a filmmakers, we should try to discover things that is around you, that surrounds you all the time, rather than to.
That's important, you know. I think he can tell a story, but he used his own medium to tell it. As a filmmaker, we picked up the camera to tell stories, and you guys, like, you write about it. So I just feel, I think we are born as storytellers. Every human being is a true storyteller. It's just the medium we use to tell it.
But then you look on the hindsight of it, no?
As a filmmaker, while making films, or when I have the urge to make films, or for any filmmaker, if you start thinking about the challenges, you will never reach that point where you want to reach. So sometimes what happens, I ignore those challenges, I just move forward. You know. With this controversy that's happening, I think it should have happened, but it happened. So what to do? We cannot do anything about it. Life goes on.
You still make film.
I'll still make them. I'll continue making films.
And you still go to catch on your.
Let's hope for the best. Well, let's go. We'll travel with our film. We won't go in under the recommendation of anyone.
But then what according to you?
So, doing Yodo, now to make my next film also, I'm struggling. The challenges are the same.
What kind? Technically kind of.
The monitoring. Technically, it's not a big problem nowadays.
What about
so I've been telling you this, like, you know, making film nowadays has become very easy. Because people, they make film on mobile or anything, but releasing the film is becoming very tough. Marketing the film has become very tough. So now these new filmmakers, they should come forward, because what we can do is, we cannot teach them filmmaking, but we can share our experience with them. Dominic can share his experience, I can share. They want to travel with the film festivals, they want to send the script into a script lab, and then we can help them in that matter. So that is how we can do it, We don't know I think there are many better filmmakers than us also in the state. But the only thing is that we should come forward and look for the ways. Like, we can show them, the rest it's their luck. So when we make films, we make it a point, because I have been telling Dominic how important it's become, that you have to take that backdoor entry to release a film in your state. And the backdoor entry is that you have to crack into some big festivals, win some awards, then you release your film in your state, then the people give importance to your film. Otherwise, they don't give importance to your film. They just, any film for them, it's the same, it's a local film. So that's very important. The other important thing is that I think me have been doing that, I've been doing that. I travel my film from villages to villages. I think there's a very potential market out there. So you have to look into that aspects also where you can earn from that, but you have to travel with your film.
No, so that it is beautiful. On every market, time to buckle up.
That's important, yeah.
And what are the challenges? What about logistics? How are we good here with gear and all that?
The gears, everyone has got gears. I don't think that's what Dominic just said.
our film, like sometimes what happens is, like Ronaldo, you make a very good film, but then you end up only swaying in your circle, I think maybe,
Content.
expansive. Like people get to know more, people have to know more about what we are doing. I think through that, I think this is one small initiative that you are doing with our festival. Like that is also why we are tying up with Doc School from Kathmandu and like different festivals. We gonna kind of later on we're gonna do lots of workshops, bringing people from outside. This time, I mean, we still can't announce, but we wanted to do some workshop with some like a festival strategy, how to place your films outside, like how do you promote your film, like how do you send, what are the festivals guys that are doing. I mean, the sad thing is that, honestly, I would, if possible, if somebody gave me money and says that, hey Dominic, you don't need to really send to film festivals, but you can screen it here, I would do that. Like, I wish I don't need any validation from outside, but to screen it here and then get back my money, But the truth is, until, like what you said, like a backdoor entry, people also have to go and watch our films, right? So sometimes only by some sort of festival validation, people see that, oh, maybe this film is good, that's why they go and watch the film, So I'm saying that that's why like we wanted to also bring in this new way of promoting films, strategizing film by bringing somebody who can talk about it, somebody who is qualified to talk about how to send it to festivals, what are the kind of films that we can send, and what are the planning that we need to do, So we are going to do all this in our festivals. So we are also going to announce those later on.